This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Green Bay Packers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Prescott on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw is Prescott. He'll buy some time right. Open man is Uzama. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
46. 46.
First down, Prescott. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To the air again, Prescott. To the left side here for Eifert. That one goes for 24 yards. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Prescott going to come up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll throw again. Prescott eluding the pressure right. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And out of bounds right around the 20. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. And again, it's Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because When he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Throwing, Prescott. Forced out to the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Kenny Clark in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Hey, got three. 319.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Escape, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
258.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Now, I know we're only 2 plays in, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, something has to change with the protection, and they can't wait to halftime to make an adjustment.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
A run for Nick Chubb, and he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taken in at the 11. One of the longest punts in the last decade or so, 80-plus yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. 2nd down, Prescott. They'll set up the screen here to mix it. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means you're offense.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And that one didn't accomplish a whole lot. It'll be down inside the 35-yard line. A first update now out of Jacksonville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down. They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Throwing is Rodgers. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
319.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. James Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals getting set to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up the 1st down and change our momentum?
Flush to his right, and seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 47, 47. 26.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. Flushed out right. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities, you get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Done. Done. Here we go, 46, 46.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And this is Shepard on the catch. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
I think by now it's been demonstrated quite well in the NFL that mobility is an attribute, but when you couple it with accuracy, you've really got something going. Able to get outside the pocket and complete the pass.
Prescott now, and that is incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Here we go, 46. Done. Sweat. Sweat. Hey. 36.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Throw left side complete. It's Ross. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but third and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
47.
Back to Mixon on first down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Prescott now on second down. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football.
Go, get out there, get out there.
Now Prescott sliding out of the pocket. That's caught by his tight end Uzama. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
58.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And Adams has it, complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And a big 32-yard play on third. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10.
319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20. Touchdown, Packers. Nick Chubb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now Prater to add the PAT. Prater for the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Here's Prescott. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Yeah, baby.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Sweat. Sweat to 8. Gun. Here we go. 46.
Prescott on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Swing to the field. Right. To the right. Here we go. 46. Sweat to 8. 26.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
Right there, over there. Right there. There you go.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And he whips that one incomplete there. John Ross, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up second down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To the air again, Prescott. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They begin this drive with Chubb. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. An NFL update, 2nd quarter now in Jacksonville. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 34.
out. You got 58. 319.
The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss.
Hey, check 26. Got it. 26. Yeah, Liz.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. So that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game, because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Hey, check 26.
On first down, Rodgers. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Extra point good by Prater, and the lead is up to 18 now. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
46. Here we go. 96.
On first and 10, Prescott. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jake Ryan in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Here we go. 40.
To throw is Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And this is going to be Packer football. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out of practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it.